Welcome back, guys. Your face.
I'm confused.
That's called cognitive dissonance.
That's not the word, but okay.
No, that's what that word means.
Explain cognitive dissonance.
It's when your reality doesn't make sense anymore because something shakes it.
Hey Siri, what is cognitive dissonance? In the field of psychology, cognitive dissonance is described as a mental phenomenon in which people unknowingly holds fundamentally conflicting cognitions.
Yeah, when your reality's fucking crashed. When you thought one thing and Sasuke went through cognitive dissonance when he found out Itachi was
Let's
actually
ask,
trying.
hey Siri, ask ChatGPT to explain cognitive dissonance to a 5-year-old.
Oh, you have that Apple intelligence. Does that even work?
Mm-hmm. Imagine you have a super smart robot friend. This friend can learn things. Why did he just disappear? $1,000, $1,500 for Apple AI and all these new features. None of them fucking work correctly. What is this?
Sounds like they put out the product before it was done.
Jesus Christ.
Like most businesses.
Like, ever since day one, none of these fancy Apple AI Apple Intelligence features have worked.
I feel like cognitive dissonance is just a key factor to get the Mangeku.
You have a very good ability.
What?
You have a very good ability to take anything and relate it to the Naruto verse.
We live in Naruto. We just don't see it.
I saw online a few days ago a meme that says every story has a Goku and a Vegeta.
Yeah.
And
It's called the hero's journey.
well, so I'm not familiar with the hero journey trope, but I'm guessing it includes a rival, right? The hero has to have a rival.
The hero has to go I forget it completely, but the hero has to go through some living life, go through a conflict, go through a meaningful change and resolve. Something deep happens, whatever. Then they have to find the resolution.
I understand that, but like they have to have a rival or no? Because you said that that's just the hero's journey. Not every hero's journey has a rival.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a
Okay.
factor. But it can be a factor. I don't know. I haven't done the whole full shabam in a minute. A lot of my
I want to cook you so bad.
a lot of my
I'm gonna
passing
let it
information is
slide.
passing away.
Mm.
Yeah,
Anyways,
man, I haven't been like myself lately. I haven't been like studying like I usually do. So I'm like, damn, all this information is just old information that I knew, and it's like hazy there. Like I would have known what that part was if I was like staying up to date with like stuff that I usually do.
What's wrong?
Just letting you know.
What's
That's why
wrong?
I can't coherently think about these things. I mean, there's still other stuff that I'm still up to date with, but just random things like that.
This is the first time you've opened up a little bit on the podcast.
Hmm? I
So
open up all the
so-
time. Pause.
You could have just you made it worse.
Not letting
No,
that
no, no.
slide.
You made it worse by like not letting it slide. You could have let it slide, guys. You could have let it slide. You made it
Everybody
worse.
in those comments is gonna say no, he could not let.
But
that
you
slide.
know someone who didn't let somebody slide. First of all, that was a terrible segue.
What the fuck
Before
is
we
he
even
talking
get there,
about?
he doesn't know, but you guys will see. Welcome back to the CJ Muted podcast. I'm your host Gene,
I'm your host, Chris.
and we're gonna talk about something that we've been beating to death over the past year on this podcast. But there was some recent events in the culture that brought back that conversation um to relevancy. Have you guys seen the DJ Head interview? The DJ Head
Oh,
versus
like,
Ma.
where are you going with this?
Have you guys seen the DJ Head Ma 1v1?
That was a great.
That was one of
hilarious.
the greatest 1v1 from the Drake camp and the Kendrick camp I've seen in a long time. It also
It
made me
beats every Twitter debate that I've
it
seen.
beat every Twitter debate, and it also made me feel like I need to get PR trained like DJ Head.
That sounds like doubt,
DJ
Gene.
Head
Gene, that sounds like doubt.
DJ Head is one of the most PR trained, media trained personality I've ever seen in my life. That was a bro,
Bro's cooking.
bro worked that interview like he was being questioned by the FBI.
No, for real.
Like,
Every question.
bro, DJ Head does not need a lawyer if he commits a crime.
Can you define that?
I guarantee you. I don't know if he's ever been involved in like trouble with the police or whatever, but I can guarantee you he would not need a lawyer.
He
Bro
would.
can talk himself out of anything. That was impressive. You know, I'm not even a Kendrick stan, right?
Mm.
I knew Mal was delusional from the get go. We all know Mal is an OVO head, okay?
Yeah.
So nothing he
He has
says,
his bias.
nothing he says, you can't go against. Like, you can't like, what's the word?
Try to convince him.
You can't try to convince him otherwise. You know he's biased. You know he's gonna stand on, you know, Drake no matter what. But
Yep.
he's gonna do it outwardly, and it's gonna come off as delusional to some people. DJ Head will stand on his bro side, but do it so skillfully that you'll be like, dang, this guy's good. You can't even hate. You cannot even hate on how he talks and like defends Kendrick. Am I wrong? Give me your thoughts.
I mean, in the interview, he was like, "Listen, I've known these guys for 20 years, so there's nothing you can say that I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm on that side."
No, speak on his like skill. That's what I
bro
want to know.
was crafted with the questions, redirecting. Can you define that? Deflecting, all the skills, and I was like, I can respect it. I need to learn that. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
I don't know what media company trained him or where he learned those skills, but I
mean,
was
he's been in broadcasting.
deeply. He has been in broadcasting. I guess
so
you gained that
pretty sure you
experience
pick it up as you go along.
from there, but that was so skillful. When I knew Ma was delusional, is when not even delusional. When I'm like, you can't have a reasonable conversation with him about this topic. Is when he said, "I can't remember a single lyric from Euphoria." That's when I was like, bro, okay.
I mean,
bro.
I don't think that he was lying.
Bro, come on, man. If you are ingrained in that beef,
I don't
you've
think
heard.
I don't think he's even listened to this song.
You don't think he listened to Euphoria?
Why would he listen to it?
I listened.
I mean, I'm sure he's listened to it, but I don't think he's heard it once or twice and was like, all right.
I heard Euphoria once or twice. Let me be honest. Okay, not necessarily once or twice, but like
This nigga wants to lie.
a few times.
Lie to the people.
I wasn't fucking bumping that shit every day.
Lie to
I
the
was
people.
not. But outside when we was outside when that shit was like in the midst, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will hear, "What is the braids? You don't want to work with me no more." Okay, those lines were like everywhere. When I see you staying to sexy red, I believe I see two bad. Like,
Oh, you're talking about the like
the lyrics?
The lyrics just popping up on
yeah.
social media.
Exactly.
Oh, well, yeah.
If you were online during that time, you remember the lyrics from Euphoria. You do. That's just if you're in the culture. I can go ask somebody that I know that was not even like in tune with whatever was happening.
I don't think they'll know Euphoria.
I'm sure they would know a song
They'll
from
know
that song.
Not Like Us and maybe Family Members.
I'm sure they would know what is it, the braids. Even if I say what is the braids, they'll know where it's from.
I think you're overestimating what is the
All right,
braids.
maybe you should be Miles' public defender.
Who said I was defending him? What am I defending him against?
I'm just saying he's lying that he doesn't remember a freaking song.
I don't think he's lying, bro. He's told you he's OVO this whole time.
I know you can be.
I don't think he gives a fuck about Kendrick.
You can pick a side and still know your ops moves.
It's not his op.
At this point, this is hot, bro.
It's not his op.
Bro has been
He's just homies with the op of Kendrick.
Bro has been meat riding.
Yes,
Drake.
but like that.
And I respect. I don't even want to say meat riding because I like the
bro picked the side and stood there.
I don't want to say meat riding because that's disrespectful. Shout out to Ma, but he's been riding for his bro.
I'm done with you.
Bro,
Bro picked the side, stood
all
there,
right,
and standing
let
on
me
business. That's
rephrase
about
that.
it.
He's been like, he's been sticking by his bro side throughout this whole thing, and I I respect the loyalty.
Listen, even the South, the people
But
in the South still think they will rise again. Like
wait, what? What are you talking about?
during the Civil War when they lost. Even they were like, "We're gonna rise again. We didn't lose." That's how ball is.
Oh my god. Uh, that flew over my head, and I'm glad it did.
He's like, "Nah, I'm standing on business."
But yeah, that 1v1 was
I can
great.
respect it, just like Jussie Smollett.
What
He's
about
standing
Jesse?
on business.
Bro,
He lives
bro,
in his
bro
delusion.
is still delighting.
Just live
No,
in the
no, 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 no,
delusion.
no, no. But we're not gonna sidetrack too much, but that Jesse Smollett situation was so fucking funny. When I saw that guy on TV explain that whole situation, I'm like, yo, bro is 100% capping right
I'm
now.
trying to remember when I first saw it.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, "What the fuck is this nigga talking about?" I was lost at that time. I was like, "Yo," I like didn't think about. It. I was like, "This nigga is stupid, and clearly lying," and I just left it alone. Didn't think about it. Then it blew up over the internet. And I was like, "Oh wow."
When he got caught, when those Nigerian niggas came out, I'd be like, yeah, he paid us. I was like,
I was like, "It's
time.
over.
But
It's
anyways,
over."
going back to that, to what we're talking about, yeah. I love the fact that Rory and Damaris really tried their hardest to stay neutral during it,
I feel like they were neutral
and
enough.
yeah, they were successful. Like, and there were some points where like Ma would say something and DJ Head would just laugh because he had no points to go against it, but he would just laugh. That strategy worked, but it also highlighted the fact that yeah, there's some Kendrick fans that are also delusional
About what?
about about their artist like doing no wrong or like or that even if like Drake had a great shot, they would discredit it and stuff like that. So it made me that whole debate made
I
me
mean, there's
acknowledge that.
delusional people on both
That's
sides,
what I was
but
about to say. The whole debate made
I
me
just feel
see
like
that.
there's more delusional on one side than the other.
That's debatable
Now,
because one side clearly won.
yeah,
So of course it's
there's,
easy to say, "Oh, yeah, that side lost, so they're all delusional. They're more delusional than us." But the victor
I
paints the
mean,
narrative.
by definition,
The victor always paints the narratives. That's all I'm saying. But
the victor's the victor.
yeah, but the victors write history.
True,
That's always how it is. But
but
anyways,
what history was written?
we can, if we get into it, we can spend this whole podcast talking
Fuck
about
it,
it.
let's go.
That's what I'm saying. You said what? Ask your question. What history was written?
Yeah, he won, and that was it.
They're trying to make it seem like Drake didn't have any good songs throughout that whole battle. They're trying to make it
Anyone
seem.
saying that is just stupid.
Hold on, that's your. Now I'm not gonna put it on your jacket. I'm not gonna say your side, but the Kendrick side, they're completely saying that Drake was out rapped, that no songs that he dropped were good, and that he lost the battle from the beginning,
Yeah,
from push up.
that's just the
That's the way.
delusion of the other side.
Exactly, that's the way of the victors are painting the narrative, and they're not getting a lot of
That's
pushbacks.
not the victor's painting the narrative.
It is.
That's just
They're not
the
getting a lot of
delusional
push.
people still
They're
trying to
not.
paint their narratives.
They're not getting a lot of pushbacks because they they lost. I mean, they won. Sorry. So they're on top right now. So everything they say goes because they won.
But that's also
That's
like
it.
nitpicking at the win. Like
What you
that's
mean
Drake's
nitpicking?
side nitpicking at the win.
What do you mean?
They're like, oh, he wouldn't have done this if blah blah blah. His career was been forgot. Like that's just them nitpicking just because he lost at everything that happened during the beef. The
Explain that.
beef. The beef.
Explain that more.
When the whole narrative of how Kendrick's career was revived by Drake, or this he wouldn't have done this blah 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 if Drake never
Yeah,
responded.
next when I had been that
He wouldn't
popular,
have been
blah
all
blah.
that.
Mm.
So the losing side seems to have to paint their own narrative of delusion to fix history.
One important piece of information that came out of that 1v1 was the conversation between the part of the conversation between Mile and DJ Head where they were like, oh, there was like like a phone call or a discussion between Drake and Kendrick
Yeah,
as
from
to
what
what
they
the rules of the battle would be.
from what they're saying, yeah,
They're alluding to the fact that there was a conversation and
allegedly.
allegedly, and that's very interesting to me because
It makes sense.
did that mean that prior to it getting like prior to it boiling up to you're a PDF and you're a woman beater, was there some kind of like respect and like
Remember when he
line
said?
drawn in the sand that this was just gonna be a friendly fade?
Remember when he said this is supposed to be a friendly fade? You should keep it that way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be a friendly fade, and somebody crossed the line first. If you take it there, I'm taking it further.
But that song came out after push-ups, and in push-ups he had mentioned Whitney already.
Yeah, push-ups is where it started.
So you said the line that was crossed in push-ups.
I think the line was crossed in push-ups because I'm pretty sure family was supposed to stay outside of the
Okay,
beef.
fine. But then why in Euphoria he said that this was a friendly fade? You're supposed to keep. You should keep it that way. So I'm thinking and I'm interpreting it like the line hadn't been crossed yet.
I think we don't know what the line is. First of all, let's talk about that. We're just speculating on the line.
Exactly.
But I'm assuming the line would do not involve family members.
Okay.
And keep it rap.
Okay.
And when Drake, it's like saying, "Hey guys, this is the line," and Drake's like, "All right," punches immediately above the line.
Mm-hmm. Then why not unload the full clip on Euphoria?
He said,
And then
"I'll spare you."
keep sending warning.
He said, "I'll spare you this time, random acts of kindness."
Okay, maybe I'm not. I would
Listen.
This is why
I don't respect anyone who hasn't heard the lyrics on both sides. All of them.
Okay, so you analyze the lyrics thoroughly. So
I haven't analyzed the whole beat.
So he spared them and then Drake doubled down on Family Matters.
Yes.
So yeah. So
he doubled out immediately though.
Immediately.
He did drop that buried alive thing, which he deleted later, but I thought that was clever.
With the Snoop.
No, not that. The Kendrick's interlude on "Take Care," buried alive. Drake did that in Kendrick's voice, rapping like the same way. He put it on Instagram and then he deleted it. I heard it. I was like, that was a clever way. That was a clever shot, but that didn't really gain as much attraction.
I don't remember that.
No one noticed it that much, but it was a good shot by Drake. It was clever.
Are you sure it's not AI?
No, it was on his Instagram.
What's the proof? Where's the proof? Because during the beef, when it was like prime time, I didn't hear anything about that.
It was on his. No, it was only on his Instagram.
You would have seen it. People would have reposted it. It would have been viral.
It was reposted. It's been reposted. It didn't grab as much traction. That's what I'm saying. It didn't gain that much traction.
Because I don't want to feed the street misinformation. This is the first time I'm hearing about that.
You didn't hear about it during the beef?
This is the first time I'm hearing about that.
It came out like.
Don't put a timeline on it because you're not gonna remember.
It's like before 616. I think it was after. It was like when he was doing that whole internet troll. It came out.
And then he took it down.
Yeah, they didn't stay up. Like Taylor Maine got taken down.
I know, but Taylor Maine got taken down because of reasons. Somebody called an estate.
Remember what DJ had said? I think if a estate doesn't want you to use this thing, I don't think anyone needs to call you for that.
I know,
so I was like, a cease and desist.
I'm just running with the popular narratives.
Anyway, a cease and desist is supposed to be for hoes. So, what is suing like? What is suing for?
Anyways, back to that conversation. I wish I was a fly in the room, listening to that conversation where they had the rules of the.
I'm sure they had the rules,
like,
and then somebody broke them, and then it went
like,
where it went.
Did they just call each other and be like, "Oh, yo, we about to go do this"? So like, what? Like, we're not supposed to talk about this. We're not gonna cross line. And then they were like, "Yeah, we got each other." Yeah, they dapped each other up, and then they just went.
I don't know about dapping. I think they just called on the phone and was like, "Yo, these are the off limits. You cool with that? You cool with that? Cool.
That's it.
And that
And
wasn't
then
supposed to be
one
it.
and
And then
then
somebody
somebody just gave
somewhere,
somebody the Michael Jackson's the Michael
the
Jackson
Michael
smile.
Jackson smile. Just turned around like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm Prince. I mean, Prince.
Oh man. So this brings me to my next question, right?
Mm.
Just because those lines were crossed, right? Do you think that that's when Kendrick decided to like be like decided to just full on call Drake a PDF, regardless of he believes him to be or not?
Dear Aubrey, I know you're wondering if I wanted to crash a party when he was like, I guess something when the metaphor doesn't reach you,
Mm-hmm.
but you fucked up once you called my family's name. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you if we establish rules
Mm-hmm.
and those rules are broken, everything after, and this is a battle,
Mm-hmm.
everything after the fact is that doesn't matter anymore.
Fair game.
Everything's fair game.
So that's when
If the rules are
so
broken,
you feel like he felt comfortable calling him that, regardless if he believes him to be or not. That's what you're saying.
it's a battle. You're supposed to win with whatever you got.
Okay. So
You think every rap battle, everyone
you're not
said the
answering the
same?
question.
Mm.
Do you believe that Kendrick believes Drake is a PDF?
Um, it's a good question.
Based on you analyze all the lyrics,
By the definition,
you analyze all the lyrics. You was deeply ingrained in this beef more than me. You're the best person I can ask this question. Do you believe Kendrick believes Drake is a PDF?
by definition,
By definition, I I can answer that for myself. By definition, I don't think he does. But
I
do you
don't think
think he
he's a PDF.
do you think he believes he's weird?
I don't
He's a
think.
weirdo with women,
I think
with
Kendrick.
underage women. Sorry.
I think he's. I think Kendrick may or may not have. How to explain this? Shannon and who's that other guy? Leo. Like, you know how they date younger girls?
Shannon just came into light to do that. We didn't know about his
Well,
habits.
Leo and whoever that other sports guy is, that's whatever going on. Um, Dating younger girls. I think Drake might do that same thing, and Kendrick shed a light on it. Now, underage, there was that video floating around a while ago, so I guess that's also ammo. So I think he just took the look because those PDF allegations have been floating around the internet for a
So
minute.
you just think he's just pushing a narrative and doesn't really believe in that? That's what you're saying.
I think he's pushing a narrative, and he thinks there's something going on.
So he believes Drake is a PDF.
I don't think he believes it, but I think he thinks something's going on. I don't. He might if he has evidence, maybe.
Because
Because this is
again,
supposed to be a rap battle.
during that interview,
Which is
both side during sorry not interview during the sit down with Mal and DJ Head, they both said that they both have information that if they do talk about it, it would change the whole view of this beef.
well, they're in the industry, and there's mad industry secrets. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So whatever those
People's
secrets may be, may change the perspective on a lot of things, but unfortunately, the public will never know.
it's a lot of things the public will never know. What do you mean? If the public knew everything, Gene, the world would fall apart like instantly.
You think we're too weak to handle the truth?
I think a majority of people are too weak to handle the truth.
All right. But this made me like appreciate the battle even more. 1 year later,
But that's why we have things in place.
1 year later, we had like this kind of insight from
I know it's
people
the
from
year.
both camp.
It's the year. It's the
Yeah.
year reunion of the battle.
Year year
Um,
your review, I guess.
what are your thoughts on it since it's been a year and everything that's taken place?
I think that it definitely changed the career trajectory of both artists.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Drake will forever be stained by this. For a while, as long as Kendrick is alive, as long as
Excuse me.
Kendrick is making music, Not, not, not even
Are
life.
you trying to give Drake ideas? Triple X.
No.
It's with that new X chain.
As long as Kendrick is making music, this will forever be a stain on Drake's career. I mean, he has recovered pretty well. He's released music. He's being more strategic about how he goes about releasing music. Um, it's definitely going to impact the quality of his music because I feel like Drake is a very feature heavy artist, and
Nah, he's gonna put out an album by himself,
now that
solo,
now that he
dolo. Let's see if he could do what Cole did.
now that he doesn't really messes with anybody like that anymore, I'm curious to see what the music is going to sound like.
I'm curious to see what DJ Khaled is gonna do.
Me too. Me too. Cause
That whole rollout just got
because
thrown out the
what
window
happened to
by
that?
one
What
comment.
happened to that album that was supposed to come?
One comment destroyed that album.
The album was song whatever the fuck he was supposed to
Bro
drop.
was like, bro shot a whole video 10 minutes long. I watched it. Bro's doing all this spy shit. He's like, I
Oh
got the
my
Drake features. I
God.
got the Drake. Must be Drake Bell. Shit's gone. I was
That
like,
was
that shit is crazy. What did Khaled have to do with this? Well, Khaled wasn't even near the beef, was he?
he didn't speak out
He didn't
against
speak about
anybody.
shit. He was just
Bro was
saying by
just
himself.
making meme videos on Instagram and wherever the fuck he posts.
Drake's like, fuck that nigga too. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. But again, during that sit down between Mal and I know I'm talking a lot about this sit down, but there was a lot of information from it. I'm sorry. During that sit down,
Who are you sorry to?
hmm?
Continue.
What?
I said, who are you sorry to?
The audience, because maybe you're Chris. You
Yeah,
know how many
you guys,
episode last year we beat the fuck out of this
you
topic?
guys should know that this episode isn't gonna be the whole thing, but we're talking about this beef again. It's the anniversary, and if you guys like the beef, you like it. If you don't, watch that last episode. Get that episode some views up. All right.
You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, never mind. So like Drake during that sit down, Mal and Head were talking about how Drake must like the perspective you can look at it from two different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Either Drake has offended a lot of people over the years,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of people are jealous about Drake's success, even though they claim to be his friends. And from what they were talking about, there wasn't any clear answer as to what's really the case, and we the fans will never know. But
Yeah, but we can speculate.
my personal opinion is there is no way so many people
That have money.
that have money, they're all successful, hate one guy for no reason at all, or decide to attack one guy to this level for no reason at all. So I'm of the belief that bro has to have done something very shady to all those people, and like they decided to cut ties with him at that moment when everybody else felt comfortable cutting ties with him.
I feel like that's definitely true.
Because you can't paint yourself to be the good guy like that forever.
First of all, Drake's been rapping like he's the victim for a long time.
I know.
So,
I know.
Like,
And like
way back then, he's like, all these people trying to down me. I'm like, he's like, everyone's trying to
he's
go
painted
against
that
me.
narrative
He's been
of
painting
being
that narrative.
the outcast, the underdog and all that
No,
shit.
no, I'm not talking about early Drake. I'm talking about like when he was kind of getting over everyone clowning him and being Drake.
He never got over it though.
Hmm?
He never got over the fact that everybody was clowning him.
No, I'm talking about like post pre More Life, around More Life maybe,
Mm-hmm.
where he's rapping like, and he's kind of got the accolades because he's the Drake care package, the stimulus package was a thing,
Okay.
and that took away the early. He's just like, oh, he just sings songs for girls and heartbreak song stuff. Like when he got out of that and tried to be a gangster rapper mostly.
Drake trying to be a gangster rapper.
You heard demons. I'm like this. I like Drake with the melodies.
Anyways, I feel like he never got over his insecurities of not being like a good enough rapper or a real enough rapper. I feel like he's always gonna carry that throughout his career.
He wasn't black enough.
Um,
Even using you, he should use for more paper.
I feel like he's always gonna paint himself as a victim. It's never gonna change, and that's just how it's gonna be for the rest of his career. And again, we will never know the truth. I would love to like know everything that transpired between him and all those artists, and like why it's become this way.
Everyone will love that.
I
I
would
don't
love
think
to, but
that. I mean, outside
right
of
now, based on all the information that I have and on the perspective that I have on this whole situation, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with the. There's something weird there. There's no way
I'm
all these
pretty
people
sure he
hate
just
you for
fucked.
no reason.
I'm pretty sure he just fucked a couple of them, their
I don't
women,
think it's just that.
and he probably snaked them on deals.
I don't think it's just about women. I don't think it's
What
just
else would
that.
it be? If it's not women, it's money. So what else would they fight
Money.
about?
I feel like that's disrespect. There can be disrespect because
I could see
he
that.
had personal relationships with these people.
But where would the disrespect come from?
Who knows? For example, Drake and LeBron. Why the fuck are they beefing now?
Well,
They both have money. They're definitely not fucking the same hoes. What could it be?
you're hanging out with my op who's calling me a pedophile.
Okay, it was LeBron hanging out with him. LeBron went to a concert.
And he's friends with Kendrick.
He went to a concert. He's friend with both of them. He was friend with both of them.
I know, and he went to the concert.
Okay.
Sorting.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
a
all right.
no. This is way deeper than it is.
Wait. All right.
Because a month prior to the beef, your son was walking out to Drake.
They're probably still doing that.
No, like they were in person. They were hanging out. Drake was hanging out with Bronny and stuff.
Okay.
Can I say what I want to say?
Mm.
Like at this point, like all right, let's say we both have a friend in common, right? I have beef with that friend,
Mm-hmm.
right? Me and him go at it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You like both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We've been friends for years. You've been friends for years with both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a fuck about what we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with me going to see you? What the fuck is wrong with you going to see one of us or hanging out with one of us?
You don't see what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
You don't see what's wrong
You
with
have a personal relationship with each one of us outside of each other.
that? Okay, now let's say that your beef is actually deeper than rap.
Okay. What does that have to do with me?
So you wouldn't have any issue
I'm
hanging out
trying to
with the guy that you have blood, like it's deeper. Like you guys both did some fucked up shit, or one of you did some fucked up
Yeah,
shit.
both of you went at each other.
No, I'm not.
No, they went at
someone
each other.
did some fucked up shit.
Bro, I'm talking about in the public eye. I don't care about what they have going. Like, in the public eye. Both went at each other. Both dropped songs. Both disrespected each other in the public eye.
Okay.
You mad that I went to a concert? What if I already had my tickets to that concert prior to Not Like Us even dropping? Because that concert was, like you said on the previous episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that concert was bound to happen. I'm sure that concert was planned. DJ had even said that concert was already like in the works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that was
Not
just
Like
there.
Us or not. That concert was gonna happen.
Mm.
You mad that I went to the concert that knew I was gonna go to? You mad that I'm dancing? And LeBron didn't even go on stage too. All of Drake's stops were that stage crip walking to Not Like Us. He was vibing in the crowd.
I'm just saying that Drake has a right
So,
to
like,
feel slighted.
I don't think the way he like.
So you're saying his feelings are invalid?
I'm not saying his feelings are invalid. I'm just saying Drake loves to paint himself as a victim, and this is just a case of that.
I don't know if that specifically is the case.
I think that's just a case of that.
I think that if a
because
bunch of
because
people,
LeBron's been fucking with both artists for years.
well,
He's always bigging both of them up.
Listen,
So now that Drake put him in the situation where like, oh yeah, I can't believe he went and did that. He
first
supported
of all,
that.
Drake can't even talk to LeBron. He has
No,
him tatted on him, so
I know exactly. So like now that he did that, he made the relationship between him and LeBron weird. He did. So
so they'll have to squash that beef at
they're
some
not gonna
point.
squash that shit.
They're gonna have to squash that beef because that nigga got you tat. You had
Man,
that
you
nigga
can get that shit
tatted
covered
on you.
up.
Yeah, sure, but he's still done.
You can get that shit covered up. But that was, honestly, let me not lie. You know me personally, so if a nigga I like I fuck with is hanging out with my again, I was just talking about
Yeah, this
putting
nigga was
myself in
just putting
LeBron.
himself
No, I was putting myself
capping.
in
This
LeBron
nigga was
James shoes,
capping.
okay?
This nigga
But
was capping over here
if
like,
I have
nah, my op could go hang out with my friend
I
could
have a
go hang out with
dear
my op.
friend that I tatted on me and he does some fuck shit like that, nigga, fuck you, nigga. You're not my friend no more. Those are my real feelings. Alright? Fuck you. Alright? You're not my fucking friend.
Oh, that
Fuck
was just
out
you
of here.
potting? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
get
is
the
my real
real.
feelings now, because I was just putting myself in the brochures just to like, you know, share both sides of the like story and like see both sides of the picture. But personally, nah, bro, fuck out of here. And you over there dancing to a song calling me a PDF? You're dead to me. Fucking dead. I don't give a fuck what type of relationship we had before. Fuck that. Dancing to a song that's calling me a PDF? That the whole world is calling me a PDF? And you over there on camera in 4K dancing?
I'm sorry.
Mumbling the
I'm
lyrics?
gonna be honest with you.
Bruh.
He's gonna have to eat that. You gotta tat it.
I'm getting that shit
You got
covered
bro
up.
tat it.
I'm getting that shit covered
Unless
up
you
the
cover it up,
next
bro, you gotta eat
day.
that.
Next day, that shit is covered the fuck up. Next day.
What about
Cause ain't
what
no
about the
way.
other side?
What other side? What are you talking about?
Remember when like push-ups dropped?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas was just clowning Kendrick online.
Mhm.
Nobody came to his defense.
People came to his defense.
Who?
People were telling him to not drop. People
Who?
were saying that,
No,
oh, don't even,
I mean, like publicly facing friends.
who was clowning Kendrick? Publicly facing.
The internet was clowning him.
Drake fans were clowning him.
Yeah, the internet was clowning him,
Drake fans.
and everybody. No, but when this beef began, everybody who had something to talk about, it was like, yeah, Drake's about to. Kendrick should. Remember Life Before Euphoria? You ever seen those memes? Life Before Euphoria. Charlemagne's over here like, yeah, I don't know, man. Drake got this one. Axe over here going crazy. Everyone's just
Axe
saying
is
like,
a
no,
meat
but
rider.
I'm saying everybody on the timeline, wherever you look, you're like, Kendrick ain't got nothing. Blah blah blah. All this, like, it was all up against him. Meanwhile, when Drake, before Drake dropped, everyone was like, "Ooh, Drake's about to jump this nigga." So, who's the real friends over here?
Again,
I had no point with
the
that.
people
Going.
were the people were that were
Ignore
like
me.
the people that were coming out against whatever, they were all well-known Drake fans. So I'm not taking that too seriously.
Okay.
Well-known Drake dick riders. So yeah, I saw a lot of pushbacks online when during that period where people were didn't even want Kendrick to entertain whatever push up was.
Listen, I thought he won after Euphoria, so
I know. I mean, like you made that clear to me at the time. You made that clear to me at the
when
time.
Euphoria dropped, I was like,
It was a good track, but I'm not gonna lie. When Family Matters dropped, I was like,
nah, when 61.
fucking Kendrick didn't even give me time to breathe in. Fucking you, Family Matters, honestly. So I can't even like, cause I couldn't even take it in. Cause like, you don't have to make everything a pause. It wasn't that bad. Tell me, guys. Tell me, was it that bad? Do I have to be stopped? Tell me. Anyways,
Everything used anyway.
anyways, like he didn't even let me like let me sit with the song, and then Kendrick just immediately decided to drop fucking Meet the Grams, and we all know how that went. We all know how the feeling.
That was the most diabolical.
We all
shit
know the
I've
feeling
seen
we
in a
felt
while.
when we saw that. Oof.
Nobody
Anyways,
even plays that song because it's so great, but and it's because it's menacing as fuck.
that song is not
That
meant to
song
be
is
enjoyed.
evil. No, wait, hold on, I got you.
It's not
So,
meant to be enjoyed at all.
not like us is Century and Void is Meet the Grams.
You mean Century?
Century is not like us, and Void is Meet the Grams.
Before we wrap this topic up and jump into our next topic, yeah, I just wanted to say that even though both sides will never come to an agreement, it was nice seeing DJ Head and Ma, two people with two different opinions, two different strong opinions, being able to sit down and have a conversation with no violence, with no disrespect, just straight talking and sharing opinions. Even if they disagreed,
Every
the,
time
the
DAJ had
dialogue was the dialogue was had, and that's what happens. That's what needs to happen more. That's what I'm trying to say. It was really inspirational to see that happening. You can sit down with your ops and talk.
yeah,
You can.
you can.
You don't need
I
to
sit
always.
down with them every day.
Yeah, of your up now. It's crazy. You can sit down with your up and talk. You can sit down and have a conversation with somebody that you disagree with. You can agree to disagree and move on with your lives, because at the end of the day, it's not that deep. So please, if you want to take something from this beef and from um from any type of conflict, just always remember that, like, it's not that deep. You can sit down and talk about it. And at the end of the day, whatever you feel, you can take that in and just walk away and move on with your life. And you don't need to escalate it to violence. You don't need to escalate it to disrespect. You can always have a respectful conversation with somebody you disagree with. And yeah, that was nice that Mal and Rory opened that platform up to DJ Head to come on and um, for that dialogue to be had. I'm really grateful for that. And I'm really appreciative of that. That they show this to like the younger generation and the younger people. I know I'm getting
I
a little
agree.
preachy, but like, tell me it wasn't beautiful. Because when I saw that, I was not expecting that.
I didn't expect it to happen. When I
And
saw it was happening, I was
when
like,
I
"That's
was like,
crazy."
when I was listening to it, I was like waiting, because Miles is such a big personality, but he always stands on respect. And that's one thing you're never gonna fault him about. You can never say that Miles disrespected somebody.
I never felt
Like,
like that
cause
it was gonna go anywhere outside of respect. I feel
like
like
it was so like
they both are
to
on the
this
same
day,
page.
whenever he talks about respect, I'm like, okay, man, I get it. Like, you really a man made of respect, because like he was with all his strong feelings about OVO and Drake and stuff like that. He always kept it like respectful, and DJ Head as well. And that was like so nice seeing two grown men just being able to have a productive conversation without disrespecting each other, especially in hip hop and in
I,
this culture that we're in.
I
That
just
was
didn't feel like it was
really
ever
good.
gonna go that way.
Which good. That's what you're supposed to feel.
Like both of them didn't strike me as people that were gonna talk crazy. Like
Mm.
they're gonna shoot their jokes. Every time the DJ had laughed at something, I was like, it was just a shot.
But
But
it was really nice. Shout out to the Rory and Mall podcast.
shout out to them. That was a great interview.
Yeah, that was it
Or
wasn't an
whatever,
interview.
whatever
That was
that
a
was. That
great
was great.
1v1. They need to have more of those. I want to see Ma argue against different people of different opinions of his. This was great. Yeah, I struck gold with that one. The internet was talking about it. There's been clips and
Yeah, it was
reposts,
great.
and it was really great. It was really shout out to them. But I want to talk about something else. How I got bamboozled last week.
Got
So I went to
bamboozled.
see one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out I didn't go. I didn't. I paid for something else that.
Oh, you want to go see the new Avengers movie? By the way, it just came out. I just saw it.
I went to see a movie, and then turns out it's not the movie I paid to see. It's something else. They changed the title on me at the end of the movie. Like, what?
First of all, spoiler alert for Thunderbolts.
Is it really a spoiler? Because they're spoiling it the whole world right now. It's not really a spoiler.
Spoiler
I
alert.
went to see Thunderbolts, and it turns out to be the new Avengers.
Spoiler
Okay?
alert for Thunderbolts. We got to go see New Avengers. Yeah, Thunderbolts was a good movie. But like right after I saw it, I knew Avengers dropped right after, so that's kind of crazy, honestly.
Listen, I know you want to keep your
Marvel's
joke
out
going.
here really just jumping these movies on us. Like I saw Thunderbolts, now I got to go see New Avengers. Shit is different out here. Marvel is out here dropping.
I know, I
Drop,
know,
drop,
I know
drop,
you want to keep your
drop.
joke going, but I was legit upset. I'm not gonna lie, because if the advertisement for the movie was the new Avengers with that cast, you think I would have paid how much I paid to go see that movie? No, I would have waited to see it on freaking video. But I'm glad I went to see it though, even though I don't agree with the title change
I agree with it.
because I felt like they got me pretty much. They got me because I liked the movie. It was good, and I fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the
Bro's
characters.
mad the marketing worked on
No,
him.
I'm mad. The marketing worked on me. I'm hating right now. I'm not. I'm hating because like they really got me. I feel like the whole strategy worked out. They were like, okay, we're gonna give this movie a title with this cast so that nobody it's gonna be like a sleeper thing. Nobody's gonna like really care too much. They're gonna go see the movie, enjoy these characters, fall in love with them, and then boom, you thought you was watching something? No, these people are the new Avengers. Here you go. And it worked, because now I remember talking to you at the end of the movie. I'm like, oh, the new Avengers. I kind of fucks with it. I kind of fucks with it. But if the title of the movie was the new Avengers and I went to see the movie prior to like to this name change, I would have been like, I don't know about this. You telling me the new Avengers is some people with super serums and one assassin? Like, this cast really the new Avengers? These people?
I would have wanted to see it regardless.
I would have seen it, but I would have went to see it with like a hating eye, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because you guys know me by now. I'm a fucking hater. I hate on everything. So that would have
So you
been
hate
my.
the new Avengers
I don't hate the new Avengers movie.
just because they tricked
Do
you?
we call it that? Do we have to call it that now? Because all the posters have been changed to that
They're
now.
the Thunderbolts, bro.
All the posters have been changed to that now. The movie title was changed, so
They're the new Avengers. Sam Wilson is like the other Avengers.
I guess we have two Avengers teams.
We'll find this all out after the next big war.
I know, but surprisingly, it was a really good movie. I love the way they dealt with Sentry as a character
Mm.
and how they wrapped that whole. Because
I was like, how the hell?
if you're familiar with Sentry, he's one of the most broken characters in all of fiction.
I don't know about all fiction,
I
but
said one of. Chill. I know. There's many people that can beat him. I'm just saying one of.
I didn't say anything. You said all of fiction.
Yeah, one of the most broken character in all of fiction. One of. There's many characters out there in fiction that are broken, Chris.
Nah, it's just when you say overall fiction,
Yes.
like, there's characters that have to. Those characters typically have to be over their own fiction.
You want to create your own rules, bro. My phrasing is perfectly correct. It makes perfect sense. He is one of the most broken characters
In Marvel,
in all of fiction. That's it.
All of
It's
fiction?
factually correct. I say one of. There's many broken characters out there in all of fiction. I say he's one of.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
factual statement.
Like if you say Marvel,
You're gonna
yeah,
spin it the way you want, but it's a factual
I'm
statement.
not spinning anything. I'm just
Yes,
saying
you
when
are.
you say all of fiction, you gotta think about what's in fiction.
Do you not know what one off mean? One of? Single? One of? He's one of many?
Yeah, but those many, that tier list.
I'm
is
not
it's
ranking.
just-
I'm not
it's just
ranking.
higher.
I don't care. I'm not ranking him. I'm not ranking. He
I-
can be at the bottom of that list.
He's
or
not
the
on
top.
the list.
I don't give a fuck. He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
Why is he not on the list, Chris? Why is he not?
I mean, to me personally, if you're gonna be considered one of the strongest in all of fiction, gotta be stronger than your own verse.
You said it. You said to you personally. My statement is a
general.
fact.
It's
It's
not a fact.
it is a fact.
It's not a fact. It's an opinion.
How is that an opinion, Chris?
It's your opinion.
It's all right. Let me break it down. Is Sentry not broken? Is he
Pretty-
not a powerful being?
Yeah.
He's a powerful being, right?
Yeah.
Is he not more powerful than some characters?
Some characters. Not
He
all.
is, right?
In his verse.
I don't care. In general, in multiple verses,
Hmm?
in multiple verses, is he not more powerful than some characters in multiple verses?
Yeah.
Isn't there a lot of stories out there and a lot of verses and a lot of fiction out there?
Yeah.
So what's wrong with me saying he's one of the most broken beings in all of fiction.
Because you bring it in all of fiction.
Okay, yeah. Just like you can't quantify him against every being in all of fiction, you can't also minimize him in
Yes, you
against
can.
every being in all fiction.
Yes, you can. There's a lot of fiction out there,
Okay, then there's a lot of fiction out there. That's my point.
and then he's still not higher than a lot of that fiction.
But he's higher than a lot too.
He's lower than he is
Oh my
higher.
god. All right, we can sit here and argue about that all day because my statement is factual. You just want to argue.
You're saying factual things for opinions.
It is factual though. It is factual. I just broke it down to you.
And I broke it down to you.
No, you don't. You didn't. You just don't agree with the fact that I'm including all of fiction.
There are way more people stronger than him than
And
he's
I'm-
stronger
and
than.
I agree with. I don't agree with that because you don't know the exact number.
Do you know the exact number
No,
for your side? So the burden of proof is on you.
the burden of proof is on me.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris. All right, bro. You just. I'm not even gonna. The burden of proof is on me when it's a factual statement.
You're saying
we-
a factual statement, so you have to bring your proof.
So you want me to go out there and count
Yes.
all the characters in all of fiction
You're-
and rank fucking Century on
You're
that list?
saying it's a fact.
Just to prove your fucking point?
No, to prove your point. That you're saying it's a fact
Cause it is.
that he's the strongest character in all of fiction.
I
One of the
didn't
strongest.
say he's you see your
I
own
fixed
bias.
myself in this
No,
last
no, no.
second.
Your own bias in your head is so focused on the strongest characters of all
One of
fiction
the strongest
that you
characters in all of
forgetting the one of.
He is one.
Anyways,
He's one of.
we can
He's
move
a
on.
strong character in fiction.
He's one of the strongest characters in all of fiction. I stand by that. I will stand by that, and I'm sure many people will stand by that as well. Wouldn't you say Goku is one of the strongest characters in all of fiction?
Which Goku?
Anyways, Thunderbolts. I mean, the new Avengers. The new Avengers was like very good. The way they dealt with Sentry. Obviously, if you look at the cast of the movie, you can tell that they're not like they can't beat them in a fair fight.
No one.
No one in that
That
no one in that movie
beat
can
him.
beat him in the fair fight. So I love the way they.
Doctor Strange was saving his ass in that corner. He's like, I'm not going outside. What's that darkness taking over? I don't know about all of
Spider-Man
that.
look out his window. He's like, I'm gonna go back to
I'm gonna
sleep.
go back to sleep. Actually, I'm in the shadow realm now.
Matt Murdock saw that. Marvel couldn't even see anything. He just listened to everything turning black around him.
Who else is on Earth? There's no one else on Earth, Marvel Earth that could.
By the way,
deal
we're
with it.
spoiling the fuck out of that movie. So if you haven't seen
I
it
put a
yet,
spoiler
skip
alert
ahead.
warning.
But yeah, pretty much the whole mental health aspect of the movie, dealing with your depression, talking about it, not like repressing it. I resonated with that. I felt like that was a good message for people. I feel like it was not like the whole mental health aspect of the movie was not cheesy. It didn't feel like it was being shoved down my throat. It was really well executed.
Yeah, it's part of the story.
Yeah, it was what.
Integral to his character.
Yeah, that I found that after the fact, but the way as a
Oh, you
normie,
first time
as
watching.
my first time hearing about Sentry and learning about him, you know, I feel like it was very well executed. You know what I mean?
I think so too. I agree.
There was some funny scenes in the movie.
Yo, Bob's that dude.
Bob was a good character relief, and Red Guardian was a good comic relief too. His interactions with the rest of the team, especially Bucky, they had some of the funniest scenes in the
That
movie.
was funny.
He also had like a very emotionally mature scene in the movie with Yelena, which was one of the high points of the movie for me.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
He was great.
I was
He
like, oh
great.
look, character development.
I feel like they should have give us more of like Ghost. She was part of the movie. She was part of the team, but
I feel like she was just
her presence was kind of not felt too much.
because she kept disappearing.
They
what presence?
could have done more of her character. We all know Bucky. We all know what he's been through. So at this point, we're so accustomed to him being part of the team, and
Yeah.
we saw accustomed to him as a character that he doesn't really have to do too much for him to be loved. Because we have so many past content of
what I'm
the
going
Winter
to
Soldier.
say is controversial.
I want to hear it.
This new Avengers is just a bunch of wannabe Captain Americas.
It really is though. It really is.
And Ghost.
You got three wannabe Captain Americas on the team. One weirdo, ghosting, and a
Assassin.
an assassin,
And then a nuke.
a Black Widow ripoff, pretty
and,
much,
And a nuke.
and a nuke. But the nuke is being pushed to the side for now.
With that post credit scene, I think we'll see that nuke soon.
I don't think Sentry's gonna play a big part until Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Soon? So you mean 3 years from now?
Yeah.
Whenever our Secret Wars is coming 3-4 years from now?
Bro,
They just stop spacing out these movies so
what
long
do you
because
mean?
Jesus Christ.
These movies have been spaced out since the beginning.
I know,
People
but
just
sometimes
why are people complaining?
listen, sometimes when I see something great like Thunderbolts or the new Avengers, I should call it, I want more
We'll
immediately.
go watch Guardians 3 since you haven't seen it.
I know what happens in it though. I've seen a recap.
Go watch it.
I heard it was very good.
It was very good.
I know. I gotta get on that. But yeah, Thunderbolts was really good. If you haven't seen it yet, go and see it. The movie budget was like only like $200 million, but it felt like a big movie. It felt like in comparison to that, like Winter what's it called? The new Captain America Brave New World, the budget for that movie was way more than Thunderbolts. But it didn't feel like a low budget Marvel movie though.
Brand New World.
Mm-hmm.
Brave New World. I mean, that one was. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you just watch the synopsis?
I read the whole script leak before the movie release.
Bro was talking about seeing.
But I know what
he does is watch the script. Just disrespecting
I'm gonna
all the
watch
people
it
that
at
put
one
all
point.
the work
I've
and
seen-
hard work and effort.
I
into
seen the
making this
post-credit
movie so you can
scene.
watch it. Just so
I
you
know
can be
the
like,
main
I
plot
know what
points.
happens. I don't really care about anything else.
I mean, I wasn't really excited for that movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, yeah,
It's part of the verse.
I know it is. I'm gonna watch it at some point.
You
but
attack me this. I know what happens in One Piece, but like, you're like, go see
You
it.
don't
Go
know what
see
happened
it.
in One Piece.
Huh?
You don't know what
I
happened.
watched the synopsises.
Okay, what's happening in One Piece right now?
I don't know. I'm not caught
Exactly.
up
Then you don't know what's happening in One Piece.
right now. I mean,
Thank
like
you,
the parts that I don't.
bro. You literally destroyed your whole point. I know what's happening in One Piece. You don't. You're not caught up, so you don't know what's
Are you
happening in
caught
One
up?
Piece. No,
Okay.
I don't know what's happening in One Piece right now.
Okay. Then.
I haven't known in months.
So how are you
And
gonna know that I
factually
don't
say
know?
that. Huh?
How are you not gonna? I don't know. I'm just
Because I know that you don't freaking read One Piece.
I don't read One Piece. I'll read
Okay.
a synopsis on it.
You read the synopsis on the chapters every week.
No.
Exactly. So you don't know what's happening in One Piece. Moving on.
I was just making the same statement that you said when I'm like, go watch the movie. You say the same thing. Watch One Piece. Don't just read the synopsis.
You're right. I do make that statement, but I know what happened in the movie.
I know what happens in One Piece. If I go watch a synopsis,
No,
it's the same thing.
if you go watch it.
If I do, I don't
So
care
if you
about One
went,
Piece
if
enough.
you went to watch the synopsis and you read the latest chapter synopsis,
Mhm.
and you told me you knew what's happening in One Piece, I'll be like, okay, you know what's happening in One Piece, even though you haven't read the chapter yet. Just because I haven't seen the movie and I've read the script doesn't mean that I don't have knowledge of what happened in the movie. I know what's happening in the movie.
But you didn't experience the movie.
I didn't experience the movie, but I know what's happening in it.
All right, man. If you want to experience movies that way, you do you.
No, it was just only for Winter Soldier. Sorry, I call it Winter Soldier. Brave New World. I wasn't really excited for it. I feel like Captain America, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, kind of like solidified the new Captain America for me. The ending of that show. That first of all, that show should have been a movie.
That movie should have been a show.
What?
You mean that movie should have been a show?
No, the show should have been a movie. The Captain America,
Oh,
the
the
Falcon
show.
and Winter Soldier.
Mm.
That should have been a movie. That would have been a way better Captain American 4 than Brave New World, in my opinion. Like the arc of seeing Sam becoming Captain America, taking over Captain America, the fact that that was buried in the TV show instead of being on the big screen is a missed opportunity for me. But that's a conversation that we can have for another time.
I don't know. I think it made sense.
Because not a lot of people saw it. Not a lot of people watched the the Marvel shows.
Yeah, the Marvel shows aren't really the best, but that's for people who want to keep up with the verse. That's not for that
It should have.
happy-go-lucky
So
person who's
I
just
get
watching
that,
it.
but then you can't expect a lot of people to go to see these movies and understand what's going on.
I can expect the fans to go do that,
Yeah, but
and I'm pretty sure they.
Marvel is not making those films just for the fans. They're trying to bring new audiences in a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Look at this marketing strategy with Thunderbolts. Like, this was to bring a new audience.
yeah,
Like,
but
let's be
the
honest.
fans are coming to see Thunderbolts. However many other people, and that's definitely who they're targeting for all the marketing is how they're trying to
The
get
casuals. They're
the
trying to get the
casuals.
casuals to like to care about this stuff and
Yeah,
to be more invested. So if you are, kind of like make better TV shows or like
yeah, but as someone who's
don't overload the fans too. Honestly,
I mean,
because
as
like
someone who's
let's
invested
say,
in the verse, I can care less about the casuals.
so that's very selfish, but okay.
Dead.
All right. Anyways, yeah, if
What?
you haven't seen Thunderbolts, go watch it. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm excited for Fantastic Four because spoiler alert, the ending of the post credit scenes of Thunderbolts got me hyped for Fantastic Four.
It should be interesting. I think
It's
it's
gonna
gonna be
be a
great.
very interesting movie. I hope it doesn't disappoint.
They're gonna lose to Galactus anyway.
I mean, obviously, everybody on the mom knows that they're like what's gonna happen in that movie. But I hope I'm surprised. I hope there's some surprises there. I hope we get a glimpse of Doctor Doom in that movie
I'm
because
sure
they
we will.
have to. Because after Fantastic Four, it's straight into Doomsday.
Is it? Isn't there a
Yeah,
movie in between?
no, there isn't anything in between.
We don't know that yet.
No, it's the timeline has been announced.
Oh, then shit. It's
You
over.
know what I mean?
Everyone's about to start dying.
Like,
Oh yeah, they put that thing out with all the people that are gonna be in it. So
yeah,
Doomsday is really the new Infinity War.
yeah.
Oh, they hyping this up.
So like, yeah. So
Interesting. Thinking about where all the characters are.
after Thunderbolts,
Oh, I forgot. Doctor Strange isn't even on Earth.
where is he? He's on Earth.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Where is he?
You didn't see Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, he cleaned.
The
He,
post credit scene where Shorty pulls up and says, "Yo, we gotta go."
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh
bro's
my
not even
god.
here. They gotta go deal with the incursions. Do you know the incursions?
I haven't seen Secret Invasions.
What? The incursions.
That's from Captain Marvel, right?
That's from Doctor Strange. At the end, she
Oh yeah,
mentions it.
I've seen the incursions, but it was that concept was explored more into the Marvels, right? Or one of those
No,
shows.
no, none of them explore it. It's only brought up on Doctor Strange. The incursions are all the Earths colliding into each other
Mm-hmm.
from the multiverse. At least that's what the comics is.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna
I just wanted
introduce
to
it.
confirm. Sorry, I took this little break, but yeah, Doomsday is next after Fantastic Four, so they gotta introduce him a little bit.
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna wrap the incursions in this because the incursions is where their reality crashes with yours and you can't do anything
You
about
can't
it. One
stop
of
it.
them has to be destroyed. The
Yeah,
Infinity Stones can't help you because they'll be destroyed.
yeah, I know that. I recently learned about that, but
Um, I feel like it's gonna be Fantastic Four's world colliding. Then
we'll see. We'll see. We can sit here and speculate all night, but I'm sure a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of comic pages will dive into that.
what we can't. Can't.
I don't have the knowledge of the comics to make too much theories, but
Well, just use the theories based
my
on what
my
you.
theory is that Fantastic Four gonna lose to Galactus, escape to Earth, warn the people of Earth. There's gonna be some shenanigans there. I think Doom is gonna come from the Fantastic Four universe.
Wait.
I think he's gonna come from
Hold
that
on, hold on, hold
universe
on, hold on, hold on.
along with the Fantastic Four. I don't know how.
Think about this, right? What if they aren't in a different universe?
What do you mean?
What if they're still in the same universe, just on another planet?
They call their planet Earth, so
Could
what
be
would have been known about this Earth?
could be another Earth in the
What would have been,
galaxy.
I think they're in the same. They're not in the same universe.
No, I'm assuming, but like I'm just saying, imagine that being the
If
twist.
that was the twist, that would be cool. But since the multiverse saga was involved, like is a
Because
big focal point of this saga or whatever, I don't think they're gonna like deviate from that too much. But that would be a very interesting plot twist if that was the case, which I doubt it is. But you know, you can make that assumption because at the end of the day, in the post credit scene, we saw a spaceship traveling to Earth.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
like, it's not like they opened the portal or they spawned somewhere. Blah blah. They were coming from a spaceship. Spaceship.
Because if they
Sorry.
were teleporting, they would have just
So
spawned on Earth.
again, we will see in June. Trust me, I will be in that seat watching that movie when it comes out.
Same.
So yeah, overall, not too much happened in the culture this week.
I don't know anything that happened. I'm tired of all of you
The
guys.
playoffs are going strong. I'm watching the NBA playoffs. Are you watching?
Look at me again and ask me that question.
You're not watching the NBA playoffs?
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh Lord.
Ask me that with a straight face.
He's not a sports guy. But I'm watching the NBA playoffs. Knicks are still in the playoffs,
Shout out to the Knicks. Let's go.
playing on Boston. I'm curious to see how that series turns out. Another interesting series is OKC versus the Nuggets. Nuggets stole game 1. I'm interested to see how that series is gonna play out as well. I don't have a favorites to win this year. I want the Golden State Warriors to reach the finals at least, potentially win it, but reach the final at least. And yeah, they're my team that I want like to win. But aside from that, I don't really have a favorite, or I'm kind of like a neutral. I
Yeah, I
just want
hope
the
the.
Golden States to win because of the storyline. For Steph to get another ring,
Yeah,
but
that's crazy. Lakers in
that's it.
5.
Lakers are out.
Lakers in 5.
Like that's how you know he's not a sport guy. Champions League for my soccer
Lawsuit in
guys.
5.
I know whenever we talk about soccer on this podcast, people come out of the woodworks and clown me for my soccer take. But yeah, I'm watching the Champions League too.
I'm gonna let you have this.
Barcelona is out of the Champions League. They lost today against Inter. That was a crazy game. One of the craziest game I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, we have one spot in the final left, which is gonna be decided tomorrow. Arsenal versus PSG. Yeah, so excited to see how that game goes. If I had to pick a winner, I would want PSG to pass
No,
to go
Arsenal's
through.
slapping them.
So yeah,
Just factual.
we'll see what happens there. Stay tuned for a dedicated channel about soccer and sports that I'm gonna be coming out with soon. So
Are you promoting your new show?
yes, I'm soft launching my new platform.
So you're leaving?
It's called a conglomerate.
A conglomerate.
So CJ, it's gonna be J Unmuted Sports. Part of the Unmuted umbrella. Anyways,
The unmuted team will expand.
I know how much to yap on about more this week. What about you? Do you have any final words for the people?
Not really. I mean, listen, man. The world's going crazy. Nothing's interesting happening. Go get just go out there and do it. Just go out there and do it. Put that dream to reality. Just go out there and do it. Fight for what you want. Don't let no one tell you. They're just scared because, and don't take advice from someone who isn't successful in something you want to do. Goodbye.
I could cook us the whole time, but I'm just gonna not cook us because, yeah. Anyways, peace. I'm out. Nothing.
Tired of this guy. Bro. Just be throwing shots all day. All he does is throw shots, and I'm just like, all right, bro. I'm gonna start shooting back.
All I do is throw shots. I kind of do throw shots all the time, though.
I shoot shots. I'll shoot shots. Don't worry.
I'm a very shoddy
I
person.
was only half on bullshit today.
Mm.
We're trying to piss you off with the he's not a character
I
in
know you
fiction.
were, and I fell right into your trap. I always fall right into your trap. Always.
Pause.
How is that in pause? You know what? End this episode right now. Bye, guys.
Later, guys.